All right? Especially particularly during the summer of retro that I did back in the summertime when I was playing a lot of throwback games because there were no new releases at the time. People mentioned about me playing some more classic games, and I was like, well, the problem is I don't have access to those games. You know, for me, my limitations are that I have to play games that are on modern consoles. I can't play on PC or anything like that. It has to be something that's on a modern console. Okay? So, during those discussions, I guess certain games came up. All right? And so someone has contacted me behind the scenes, and they said they're offering to buy me what is called the Hyperkin Retro NSQ. From what I'm to understand, this is a Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance emulation device. This device essentially makes it that you can play those style of games on a PC. But I guess all the processing is done through the device, not through hardware emulation. Software emulation. All right? So you see the difference here? The difference is if I'm playing a PC game, that's going to take up a ton of my CPU because the PC is the one running the game, correct? This is a separate, device, and the device does it for you, so it won't take up your computer's resources. So essentially, as long as this device is a good device, which I don't know if it is, I've never heard of it before, it would take care of all of that, right? And then I'd be able to play Game Boy games, all right, as playthroughs. Now, admittedly, I don't know what Game Boy games you guys would be interested in seeing me play. You guys would likely know way more than me what's good and what's not, what's viable and what's not. I don't even know how this thing works. Like, how would you get games for it? You can't buy them, right? I don't know. I don't know how it works. So, I'm just throwing this out there. This was offered to me. And they said, would you do it? Would you like this? And I said, well, here's the thing. I'm not someone who's just going to say yes and accept every offer because I'm not a jerk. I'm not going to just accept a bunch of shit I'm not going to use and make you waste money, right? I said, let me run this by my audience. Let me see what they think. If my audience feels that there is a use for this, are there playthroughs you guys would like to see me do on either Game Boy or Game Boy Advance? Games that previously I never touched because obviously how would they be accessible to me? They weren't, right? If you'd be interested in seeing me go back and play some of those, and it sounds like this Hyperkin device is a good device for it because I don't know anything about it, then I would probably tell the guy, yeah. But if you guys don't think it's a good device, if you don't think that it's going to be viable for my setup, if you don't think it'll work with my PC, which is only a Windows 8 PC, maybe it doesn't even work with Windows 8, I don't know. Or if you just don't think that it's going to be viable, like how do you get games for the thing? I don't know how it works. You guys know way more than me, right? Then I'm not going to bother with it. I don't want to waste this guy's time and money and be like, yeah, send it to me, and it sits in a box and I never use it. That'd be pretty stupid, okay? So let me know what you think. I need your feedback on this Hyperkin. What is it called? It's called the Hyperkin Retro NSQ. I have no idea what the hell any of those letters stand for. All right? But if you know if that's any good, and you think it's viable, and you think it's easy to get games for somehow, and we could play them and do playthroughs, then I'm all for it. But if not, if it sounds like it's something that's finicky, that might not work with my setup, my Windows 8 PC that's 8 years old, and or it's going to be too much trouble and there's just not enough good games for it, then we won't bother with it. Then I won't tell the guy to get it because I don't want to waste this guy's money. Okay? You know, it was kind of like a week or two ago, I saw that Praise the Sun Dark Souls Christmas ugly sweater on the internet. And I loved it. And I even posted it up on my social media. And I was like, dude, this looks so cool. But man, look at that price. It was $55 plus tax plus shipping. Meaning by the time you get it, it's like 80-something dollars, right? And we had email come on here the other day, and he's like, so how much was it? Because he's like insinuating he was going to get it. I was like, dude, do not buy that sweater. I was like, don't send me the money for it. Don't buy. That thing is way too expensive. There's way better uses of everyone's time and money than buying frivolous shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. Like, I don't want to frivolously be spending some poor guy's cash on something that we're not going to use. So only if you guys can think that something like that would be useful, then let me know. But if not, if you don't think that we get anything good out of it, maybe it's harder to get. Maybe it's like getting the ROMs or whatever. Oh, Emil's actually here. What's going on, Emil? Welcome. Yeah, Emil, I didn't want to waste your money. Like I really feel that way. I feel bad when people offer stuff like that, and I'm like, it's not worth it. But much better spent. You know what? Much better spent gifting some memberships to people. They can enjoy having the memberships, right? Much better spent, paying my bills, right? Than freaking doing something like that, having a sweater I'll wear one day, right? But the same thing with this Hypercan. I don't even know how much it costs. Maybe it's a couple $100. I don't want to blow someone's money on that and it's wasted. So we shall see. Give me your feedback. Let me know, and we'll go from there. The other piece of news, I guess that wasn't really news. The piece of news that